YouTube, what it do? This your man, G. Lewis. Welcome back to The Sip. And for all my new subscribers to the channel, I want to take this time to say thank you guys. My Mega Everest video has been putting up some great numbers. You guys have been leaving some interesting comments for me. Keep them coming. I greatly appreciate it. This video that I'm sharing with you today is basically a part 2 of a video that I created earlier this year when I toured the Civil Rights Museum in Jackson, Mississippi. I'm sharing my views about the importance of our history being told, not allowing anybody to repurpose American history for the sake of making others feel comfortable in their own skin. So without further ado, I'll fall back. On the day of the visit to the museum, it was a very hot July day. There's two parts to the museum, Mississippi Civil Rights Museum and the Mississippi Museum. I'm going into the Civil Rights Museum right here. Beautiful place.
Look at that black son of a bitch. I just want to tell you all, I don't like him a damn bit.
We're required by the FCC to make time available for this broadcast tonight.
Good evening, Channel 3.
Who is that nigger speaking?
Medgar Evers, Field Secretary at the NAACP.
You know this black son of a bitch that's on television?
Yes, sir.
They better get his black ass off or I'm gonna come up there and take him off.
It is very important that we pass on the history, the good and the bad, the atrocities as well as the triumphs. And this museum here in Jackson, Mississippi is a vital part of doing their part in doing that. So I commend the state of Mississippi and those who donated to this organization to make this beautiful museum a reality. But this is just one part in the piece of the puzzle. And what I mean by that is the education must be ongoing. If you're a grandparent or a mother or a father, and you know the history of your grandparent or your grandparents, it is imperative that you pass on that information to your children. What I notice is happening throughout the United States is that our kids are not growing up with the history, this history. I know it's nasty. Nobody likes to live the bad, the hurt, but it's important that we do, because when we don't, there are people out there, there are ops out there who are waiting for an opportunity to crush and seal all of this from your kids, your kids' kids. See, because if you can bury the truth, then it rewrites the narrative. Why aren't you succeeding? Why are you so mad? And it forms a dismissive mentality that makes it harder for you to stand up and plead your case and your cause when you take away the history. See, because without the history, then people can say, well, you're just not succeeding, or you're mad for no reason. I'm not saying that your kids need to be mad or your grandkids need to be mad. But what I'm saying is this history was created out of anger and bitterness and hate toward people who look like me. And I'm saying if you don't pass on this information to your children, don't wait for the public schools to teach them this. You have to pick up a book and teach them yourselves. And see, that's what happened with me. When I was growing up, my parents made sure that I had books and that I were able to read those books and learn the true history of people in this country who look like me, because I couldn't rely on public school to teach that. So when you don't teach your kids, it's easy for other people to write the history of America and omit the parts that they don't particularly like about America. So all I'm saying is, if you're a parent, a grandparent, you need to pass on the information. Don't be bitter, don't be angry, but it's very important that you be knowledgeable and pass on that information, because we're getting to a point where they want to say that America is a colorblind society. But it's not a colorblind society, and nor should it be a colorblind society. If you live in the state of Mississippi, you need to come here and check out this museum. You need to see everything in this museum that deals with this tumultuous, conflicted history in American society. From the shackles, the slave ships, all this stuff. Like this right here behind me. Check this out. This education needs to be shared. It shouldn't be forgotten. When I served in Germany, in the United States Army, if you mentioned Adolf Hitler, you would get pushback. People would get upset. They would get upset if you mentioned Hitler because they wanted to forget the wicked and nasty things that Adolf Hitler did. Look at these. People were stacked in there, man, like sardines. Look at that. Like sardines, man. And think about that. They were stuck in the bottom of those ships for 2 and 3 months, crossing over the Atlantic Ocean to a place they didn't know nothing of. And the strongest of the strongest were the ones who were able to make it and who didn't lose their minds and jump off of the top of the ship into the water to be eaten by sharks. Toussaint Overture, he led the rebellion in Haiti. And there was a fear in America that the same thing would happen here in the United States. They feared that if what happened in Haiti could happen in America. And it very well could have been. This is a fascinating place, man. I walk through here, I don't get upset. I love it. I love it. This should be a must for every kid that's in school in the state of Mississippi. It really should be. When we are led to believe that we live in a place where none of these things happen, it makes it easier for people to be dismissive. You shouldn't get mad or angry. No, if anything, you should embrace it. All creeds and all colors should. If you get a chance and you get to come to Mississippi, come check out this museum, Civil Rights Museum. It is loaded with nuggets of information, regardless of your race, creed, or color. There was no place that I went in Germany that I seen monuments to Adolf Hitler or the Third Reich. I didn't see it. But they taught their kids about the Holocaust. They didn't bury it. They didn't burn books. They shared it with them. Now, did all of it take root in every kid? I doubt it. But at least they made an attempt. So that's my rant for this video. I thank y'all for joining me as I take another trip through the SIP, where I landed here in the beautiful capital city of Jackson, Mississippi. Until next time, I'm G. Lewis. God bless. I'm out.